Got a little trivia here. If everybody can unmute, I'm not sure who's kind of running this one on the backside today, but we got a trivia question or a trivia contest. Trivia contest. I don't see how smart you guys are. All right. I'm going to lob one up there for you. This is probably going to be the easiest one that you're going to get today. What golf tournament gives you a green jacket if you win?
Masters.
Masters. Who said that?
Me.
Who's me? I can't see you. I can only see me. Owen. What's up, buddy? All right. Good answer, bud. Good answer. Okay. So let's go to the next one here. Who's won the most green jackets in history? Oh, suddenly everybody got quiet. Who has the most green jackets in history?
Come on, y'all.
Jack
Here's a
Nicklaus?
hint. It's who?
Jack Nicklaus?
Jack Nicklaus. Good answer. And how many does he have?
I have no idea.
He's got one more than Tiger Woods. He has 6.
Oof.
That's pretty awesome. One more, and he could have had one for every day of the week. That would have been cool. All right. So what major championship is not held in the United States?
British Open.
British Open, which is now called the Open Championship. Does anybody know that of the title that they give the person who actually wins the Open Championship? To me, it's the coolest title in golf. No? Nobody?
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's
the champion golfer of the year. Would you like to be called the champion golfer of the year at every tee box of every tournament you played in? To me, that would be cool. That's the best title, in my opinion, you can get in golf. Champion golfer of the year. All right. Can somebody name the 4 major championships in the correct order in which they're played now?
Are we counting this year with all the
No, this year doesn't count. But let's just say starting last year there was a new order. What's the order of the 4 major championships? I've already said 2 of them. So what's the first major tournament of the year?
I feel like the first one would be the Masters.
Masters. Okay. Which one is the second one? This could be a trick question.
U.S. Open?
Nope.
Used to be. Do you remember what major championship used to be last every year?
The PGA Championship?
PGA Championship is now second. Then we go to, what did you just say a minute ago?
U.S.
U.S. Open, and then finally what was the fourth one? We talked about it. It's over in across the pond. The Open Championship. So it goes Masters, PGA, U.S. Open, Open Championship. So that's your 4 major championships. So the guy who actually started Augusta National, where they host the Masters every year, was a guy by the name of Bobby Jones. And when Bobby Jones was coming up, he was truly one of the most remarkable golfers in history, and he was an amateur the whole time. But if you won all 4 major championships right now, that means you would have won the Grand Slam. Back when he played, this was back in 19-teens and 1920s and 1930s, the Grand Slam was 4 tournaments, and that was the U.S. Open, U.S. Amateur, British Open, and British Amateur. He's the only person to ever win all 4 in the same year. Pretty awesome. I mean, that's pretty amazing considering the way travel used to be back then. He used to have to jump on a boat, sail across the Atlantic just to get over there to play in the British Open, British Amateur. So pretty cool stuff there. And here's another trivia question, last one of the day. What is the lowest score in PGA Tour history, and who shot it? He's got a funky name. Just going to throw that out there. The Teeny Tees kids on Tuesday said that the lowest score was 0. Anybody? Somebody take a guess.
You're still on mute. Oh.
Ella, say it.
Jim Furyk,
Jim Furyk, what'd he shoot?
54.
No.
No?
No.
That's 58.
Oh yeah,
58.
58.
Somebody's quick on the Google over there.
No. I remember watching it.
The coolest thing about Jim Furyk is he's got a funky swing. I mean, it's kind of crazy and everything like that. But he's the only person in PGA Tour history to have 2 rounds in the 50s. He also had a 59 in another golf tournament, and he had a bogey. So that was pretty cool. So Jim Furyk twice has shot in the 50s. To me, that is pretty daggone awesome. All right. So going back to your yardage books, guys need to be working through those things. Remember, they have to be turned in before we can move you up to that ace level. And also remember, the ace level, once you get up in there, there's scholarship money going to be available to you. So work really hard to get through the eagle level so you can get to ace and get some of that money so to pay for some books and stuff. Going back to and hopefully, I'm hoping everybody's unmuted right now because you guys are respectful enough not to talk over one another. Going to our healthy habit of the day, which is vision. And that's not me seeing, looking around 20/20 vision or whatever, 20/50 right now. Vision is about where you see yourself in your future. Where do you see yourself as an adult with a career? Where do you see yourself 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? I promise you, I never imagined myself being a director of instruction at the First Tee when I was 20 years old. It definitely wasn't in my thought process there. Even if you asked me 15 years ago, that probably wouldn't have been a thought process for me. But now I have vision of where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So it's important that you have a vision. Going back to the birdie level, it's about setting your goals to kind of match up with that vision. So, Bo, what do you want to go to school for?
I want to go to school for chemistry. Probably like. Actually, I'm not sure. But it's somewhere in the chemistry field.
Okay, chemistry. So there you go. So what do you envision yourself doing? And there's so many different aspects of that. So many major companies that hire chemical engineers, people that deal with chemistry and stuff like that to help with their products and stuff. 3M is one. You're dealing with companies like Clorox. I mean, do you think those guys like Johnson & Johnson are super busy right now with all the products to kill germs and stuff? Speaking of which, make sure you guys are washing your hands a lot. Please, 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 please make sure you're staying safe, stay away from people. I know we're used to being super social at First Tee. I hate not being able to see everybody, give high fives and all that good stuff and talk to you. But we got to make sure we're staying safe so we can oh my gosh, there's a lizard. Cool. So we can get rid of this stuff and move on, get back to normal life again. Going back to CARE, I want to go back over that one more time. CARE, communicate, actively listen, review your options, end with a win-win solution. And then plank challenge. Hope you guys are working on that. So every day that you get up, make sure that you're going through something exercise-wise, a plank challenge. Let me let my dog back in. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. So one of our golf skills as well is going to be it's about routine. So one of the things in golf is really, 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 really important is you have a pre-shot routine on every single shot. So something you do exactly the same every single time that you go to hit a shot. It should not change whatsoever. I don't care what kind of shots you're hitting. I'm talking same amount of steps, same amount of time. All those things really, 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 really help you hit better golf shots. If your routine is different every single time, I guarantee it makes it a lot harder to hit good golf shots. And speaking of routine, now when you wake up in the morning, those of you that have school online, which is basically everybody, when you got online school, have a routine every single day. Wake up at a certain time. Make sure it's early. Don't wake up at noon. That's not good. Wake up early. get your schoolwork knocked out, get into a routine, get into an eating habit, a stretching habit, a workout habit, a practice habit. Then, you know, set time aside to get your homework done, all that good stuff, but set a routine. If you get out of that routine, oh man, it's hard to get back into it. I promise you. My sleep has been so erratic since we've done all this. I'm used to getting up at 5:45 every single morning. All of a sudden, now my routine's off. Things are a lot different, so I'm not sleeping as good. So it's important that you get back into a good routine. I'm setting an alarm every morning to make sure my routine is back to normal. That way I'm sleeping better. So it's really important for you guys to be doing that. One of the things we just sent out there, it's on our social media stuff, is if you need golf clubs, please go on there. Hello? Fill out the form. You know, we're going to be handing out golf clubs as much as we can. If you've outgrown the ones you had, because some of you keep getting taller, like Owen. You know, Owen shot up. He's like 12'2" now. When you outgrow your clubs, the shorter ones aren't going to do you any good. We want to make sure you have the best possible clubs to play with, to practice with, so you can shoot the best scores possible. So make sure that you go on there, fill out that stuff, and we'll be making sure we get that stuff to you. So we're going to do some house deliveries, drop them off on your doorstep, ring the doorbell, and take off running. So, you know, be like Santa Claus. You got some new clubs sitting on your doorstep. So that's never a bad thing. Also want you to reach out to any of your Eagle buddies out there that are not getting on these calls. Really prefer you guys get on here. That way you're still working through the book. We're still talking about the life skills, the values that we want to add to that. So it's really important to get through that. So we want to get everybody to that ACE level as soon as possible, because that's, like I said, there's scholarship money available for you guys. And to know that it's sitting there, to know that you'll be able to use that is going to be real important. Going forward with school and stuff, when you can graduate college with very little debt or no debt would be fantastic, because the first paycheck that you get goes in your bank account. It doesn't go to pay a bunch of people back. I promise you, you would absolutely love to get out of college with no debt. Big deal. Big, 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 big deal. Anybody have questions for me? Crickets. No? No questions? Man. Right now as it stands, it looks like we're still the end of the month, but things may change, so just hang in there. Want you guys to keep being responsible, respectful around the house. Help out mom and dad as much as you possibly can. I know they will greatly appreciate it. If you're doing everything you can to make home life that much better, cleaning up after yourselves, not making messes. If you don't know how to do laundry, get your mom to teach you. Some of you will be going away to college here pretty soon, so it's important you know how to do your own laundry. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. Learn some more skills while you are at home during this time. Definitely be a lot more beneficial. So we're about out of time here, so if nobody has any questions, what we'll do is we will see you next week